Hi team, greetings everyone. In our previous session, we saw parallel run concept, right? In today's session, we are going to see how to run the suit execution parallelly in multiple machines, right? We are going to see the execution in today's video, right? So now, if you can see, I am using a license where I have around 19 parallel runs, right? So what is the meaning of this 19 parallel runs? I can trigger the execution in 19 different machines at a time, right? Now, for today's explanation, I am going to take two machines, right? I will be triggering the execution parallelly in two different machines. So I have my two different machines available for execution, right? Now, I am going to run this particular integration suite, right? Which is having around 3 test cases, right? I'll just click on this name. So here, if you can see, let me expand the tree structure. So under registration, I have two scripts. One is verify the user is able to register with valid data and one is with invalid data. So under registration, I have two scripts. And under login, I have one script. Login means verify with the help of valid credentials, right? So these are the three scripts which will be running in this particular integration suite, right? Now, I am going to run this particular suite execution in different machines parallelly, right? So what I have to do, just click on this run button. So once I click on run button, execution run settings will be popping up, right? So usually what we will do, we'll select the single machine, we will select that particular machine, we'll give all the configuration and then we'll click on run, right? This is for single machine. So now what is the case? I want to trigger the execution in multiple machine. So in that case, what I will do, I'll go for multiple machines. So once I go for multiple machines, what is the first option? Run full suite in parallel on all machines. So here I am going to run the full suite, which is nothing but the three scripts in different machines at a time, right? That is my first option. Let me just click on this select machine. And I said I have two machines available, right? One is Steve Anderson and another one machine is this one, FFE Karthik, right? So I have selected these two machines. I can select still 17 more machines, but as of now, for explanation purpose, I have selected two machines because these two machines are available now. Right? When I say available, they are open and the FireFlink client is up and running. All the ports are in stop condition. Right? Now let me just click on select. So once I click on select, if you can see in Steve Anderson and this FF Karthik, so two machines are selected. In these two machines, the execution will be triggered parallelly. Right? Now, let me just click on run. And if I want to make these settings as default, what I have to do? Just click on this checkbox, mark these settings as default. Right? Now, as of now, I don't want to give any default settings. So what I will do, I'll just click on run. So once I click on run, as usual, it is navigating me to the dashboard. But here, the difference is execution type. It is saying parallel. So let me show you once again. So here it is showing parallel, which indicates that two machines are selected, right? In those two machines, all the three scripts will be running in parallel. So here, if you can see, only one execution is triggered. In my second machine is also, the execution is triggered, right? So the execution is going parallelly in both the machines as of now. So this is my registration script, right? So as of now, in both the machines, the execution is going parallelly. So now, if I go to that particular platform, FireFlink platform, right? So here, when I sync the status, I'll be able to see the status as running, right? The second script is triggered. So here, if you can see, the second means the second script is execution is going on, right? I'll just click on this running status. So here I can see the machines in which the execution is going on. Steve Anderson and FFE Karthik. Right? Here if you can see registration script 1, it is saying passed. Means that execution is over in the machine number 1. And the Steve Anderson machine. See here the script execution 1 is passed. So here if you sync the status, you will understand in which machine which execution is going on. Right? So my third script is executing in Steve Anderson machine. So let me navigate back. So still I am getting running status. So the execution time, when you will be getting parallel, when you give full suite execution parallelly in different machines. In that time, you will be getting the execution status as, means execution type as parallel, right? Let me just click on this sync status. So here if you can see all the scripts, 3 scripts has been executed. I'll just refresh the page once. And here if you can see the result is saying 6/6 is passed. But the thing is I have executed only 3 scripts. Am I right? But here I have used 2 different machines. So it is saying 6 scripts has been executed. 3 in machine number 1 and 3 in machine number 2. Right? Now let me just click on this past status. Once I click on past status, I can see the different machines which I have selected for execution. So if I want to see the results of the scripts which belongs to Steve Anderson, I have to click on this past status. So in Steve Anderson, all the 3 scripts got executed. See, execution ID, status, suit name, machine name is Steve Anderson. Let me navigate back. So here if I click on the past status of the second machine, I'll be able to see the second machine's details also. See, execution ID, past status, suit name, and machine name is FFE Karthik. So all the 3 scripts are executing parallelly in both the machines. Right? Now, this is with respect to parallel execution where we are running the entire suite in both the machines. Right? Now again I'll click on the run button. Again I'll go for multiple machines, but this time I'll go for the second option. Distribute test scripts of one suite on different machines for quicker execution. Now I'll select this option. Right? So first thing is it is saying automatically distribute. Right? So how many scripts I have? I have 3 scripts. Right? Now what I will do, I'll just click on this select machine. Again, I will select the same machines. Steve Anderson, FFE Karthik. Let me just click on select. 2 machines are selected, right? Now what happens? It will automatically distribute the scripts according to machine learning concept. So here if you can see, this registration is having 2 scripts, right? So these 2 scripts are allocated for which machine? FFE Karthik. And this login is having 1 script, and that is allocated for which machine? Steve Anderson. So it is automatically distributing the test cases according to the number of machines which is selected. I didn't assign the machine for these scripts. It is automatically assigning. Right? Now in Steve Anderson means in my machine, how many scripts should be executing? Only 1. In the another machine, 2 scripts will be executing. Right? Let me just click on run. So the machine which I am using is Steve Anderson. Right? Now in my machine, how many scripts should be executing? Only 1 script. Okay. Now let me just sync the status. So it's already running. In my machine, only 1 script should be running, which is the login script. Let's observe. So in the other machine, the execution should be happening with respect to registration script. But in my machine, the execution should be happening with respect to which? Login scenario. Right? See, login scenario is executing. So this 1 script got executed in my machine. Right? Now I'll just sync the status. Still it is showing running only. Why? Because in another machine, still the execution is going on. Right? Let me just click on this running. See, in my machine, only 1 script got executed. It is already passed. Right? Now in the next machine, the another machine which was selected, 2 scripts should be executing. Right? So it should show the execution details of that particular machine now. See, 1 already got passed, another one is still executing. So there is no result. Alright, now let me just navigate back. So here still it is showing running. So in my second machine, the execution is still going on. So in the second machine, the execution is completed as of now. I'll just sync the status. See, so here it is showing 3 of 3 passed. So I have selected 2 different machines, but I didn't run the entire suite in both the machines. I have distributed the test cases, right? So it is saying only 3 test cases ran. So it is saying 3 of 3. And here if you notice one more thing, execution type it is showing as distributed. Previously it was showing parallel. When I select the entire suite to run on first machine and select second machine, it is saying parallel. When I distribute them, it is showing execution type as distributed. And if I click on the past status, so again 2 machines are reflecting, but when I go for my first machine, I can see only the script which is assigned for it. See, only 1 script I can see, right? Now, when I go for the second machine, past status, I can see 2 scripts. So this was automatically distributed, right? Now I want to manually distribute, right? Let me just go to test execution, same suite. I'll just click on the run button now. Again, I will go for multiple machine. distribute, but this time I want to manually distribute, right? So once I click on manually distribute, if you can see, checkboxes are located, right? I can distribute in the module level as well as script level. Now in my machine, means in Steve Anderson machine, I want to run this both registration script. So I have selected this registration script. Now what I will do, I'll select this machine. So this should run in my machine, Steve Anderson. Select, because previously in my machine, which execution was happening? Login was happening. But this time I want to execute these two scripts, registration scripts in my machine. And this login script, I want to run it in a different machine. I'll just click on select machine, scroll down, I'll select the another machine. And I'll just click on select. So now here if you can see, in my machine how many scripts will be executing? 2 scripts, and in another machine 1 script will be executing, right? Let me just click on run. So it is saying initializing execution. So we have to wait for the execution to be triggered. So whenever we are getting initializing execution, it is trying to send a request, means it is trying to send a request to the FireFlink server for the execution purpose. We have to just wait for the execution to be triggered. Let me refresh the page once. So still it is in initializing execution. This will automatically trigger the execution in both the machines. You have to just wait for the execution to be triggered. Now, since it is stuck in this particular status, what I will do, let me just cancel this. So now here if you can see, it has been cancelled, right? Now let me just go to test execution. Let me go to the same suite. I'll just click on run button. Let me give the same settings again. Multiple machine, distribute. I want to distribute it manually. So these registration scripts I want to run it in Steve Anderson. Select machine, Steve Anderson, select. And this login script I want to run it in another machine, right? Select machine, select that particular machine, click on select. So observe, first 2 scripts are assigned for Steve Anderson and the next one is assigned for. So here if you can see, the execution is triggered. Let me just go to FireFlink platform. Let me cancel this. The one which I cancelled was already triggered, right? Now if I go to integration and execution dashboard, here if you can see, Steve is running. So here what was the settings I have given? In my machine, how many scripts has to execute? 2 scripts has to execute, right? This is my first script which is having the registration. Now this is my first script. So in the my machine, again another one script should execute with respect to registration. See, this is my second script. So in another machine which I have selected, right, there the execution is already completed. So now if I go to FireFlink platform, so here if I click on the sync status, still it is running only. So here my second script is still running. See, my 2 scripts are executed in my machine, right? I'll just refresh. So here if you can see, the status is saying passed. I'll just click on the passed status. Now in the first machine, how many scripts should be executed? 2 scripts, right? See, registration, 2 scripts in Steve Anderson. When I navigate back, in the second machine, how many scripts should be executed? 1 script, right? See, 1 script got executed. So this is how we achieve parallel execution in FireFlink platform. So when it comes to parallel execution, what are the choices we have? We have 3 different choices. One is running the full suite in both the machines or in multiple machines, whichever machine you are selecting, right? And when I say distribute, in distribution we have 2 mechanisms. One is automatically distribute, one is manually distribute, right? So these are the different types of parallel run that we have in FireFlink platform. So we have seen about parallel execution in today's session. We will discuss about the next topic in the next session. Thank you.